Hello, and welcome back to another episode. This week is going to have to be a short, sharp, sweet little episode for you. In so much as I know I've said that before and then waffled on for 15-20 minutes. You'll have to check the timestamp to see if I've achieved this goal of not waffling on for too long. But this week I really need to save my voice. My throat is sore, my ears and nose are blocked. I'm feeling a bit rough. But I simply had to share with you, no matter how briefly, the exciting developments that have happened just on the other side of that wall, just there in our dining area. A new Lego display area. I mean, it's a shelf. I don't want to build it up too much. It's a shelf, but the placement of the shelf really underscores the fact that I married extremely well. Mrs. Soup, my amazing wife, is simply mwah, chef's kiss. She's amazing, and she enables me in so many ways. But this comes in the context actually of a real season of Lego treat. You know, Lego joy. At the weekend, I had the unbridled pleasure and honour of putting together the Lego Ecto 1. This is a set that was released in conjunction with Ghostbusters Afterlife, and for me it is that holy grail Lego set. For some people it would be the Star Wars Lego Death Star, or maybe the Millennium Falcon, that £600 behemoth of a model. £600 in terms of money, not necessarily weight, although it's probably quite weighty as well. The Stranger Things Lego set I've seen people get very excited about. The Titanic is one that lots of adult fans of Lego like myself have been tripping over themselves to build in recent months. But for me, when I saw maybe a year ago Ecto 1, I just was so intrigued by it. The engineering, but also the fantastical elements. The fact that it's from Ghostbusters was so exciting. And this weekend just gone, it was reduced in price. It was down from 170 odd to 130 odd. I think it's about to leave the market as well. It's been out for a while now, and we just decided to jump in, and we got it as a massive treat to ourselves. By no means as expensive, for example, as the Lego Death Star or the Millennium Falcon, but just as special. And so I constructed that at the weekend, and what a build, what a glorious build. And I'll be talking about that probably next week. So it's a 2 weeks of Lego for you on this channel, I think. But with that in mind, I had to have a plan for where I was going to be displaying it. How would I enjoy this thing? And it's ended up on the shelf just up there behind the camera, in fact, with my original 1984 Mr. Stay Puffed, the Marshmallow Man, and a couple of real Ghostbusters action figures. It's there, and it's just a glorious Lego model. But that's for next week. But what was there was the Hidden Side High School. I recently got the Hidden Side school bus that was sitting on the printer. I had various other Hidden Side Lego sets that were on other shelves just up there. And, well, they couldn't all live together, otherwise it was going to get very messy in here. And my initial plan was to put in a 2-meter shelf higher up on the wall, above where the Ecto 1 currently is, to display the Hidden Side stuff. But when my amazing wife heard about this plan, I'd gone and got the materials, a mere £25 from a local DIY store. She was like, yeah, but if it's up there, you won't be able to see or indeed easily play with the Hidden Side diorama. Why don't you? And then she stepped out of the office, peered around the wall there, and gestured to our dining area. Why don't you hang it here? And I was like, in fact, she paused for a moment and just said, how much do you love me? And the answer is a lot, because that was such an amazing idea. And yesterday I enacted it. I put together the shelf and hung it on the wall accordingly, and we laid out the diorama, starting with the lighthouse on the far left, to the shipwreck of the shrimp ship, which can also be put back together as the full shrimp boat if you want it to, but it's displayed as a wreck. Then the shrimp shack on the shelf, as though it's waiting for a catch of shrimp to come back to the shack. Then we move into the laboratory area, then the school, Newbury High School itself, and then the school bus next to the bus stop. And that is a fantastic diorama. It sits above our dining table. You'll have to ignore the mess on the table if it's in shot, I'm afraid. My wife would kill me if I didn't say that. And actually, that's not the entire hidden side range that I have. That we still have a graveyard and an underwater sort of cultists temple area to display. And this is when yesterday, having put up the shelf, she said to me, well, why don't you get a smaller shelf and put the underwater cultists temple below the waterline of the diorama on the wall? So depending on when I'm filming this, before I've done this, but hopefully I'll get a shot of it in place, I've ordered a small floating shelf, fairly inexpensive, that I'll be installing. And we're going to have the cultist temple below the waterline there. And then further along, around the corner, the graveyard, as she said, as my amazing wife said, you don't want your dead too close to the centre of town, do you? You know, especially when there are ghosts around. We're hanging that around the corner on the side of a Billy bookcase. So our whole dining area is becoming a hidden side, slightly Lovecraftian, Grimsmouth Cove, Newbury High School story area. It's accessible, it's visible, it's fun, and next time you have a family meal around the table, there'll be lots to talk about, I think. I'm very pleased, though. I'm very pleased with the setup, because it's more. We've made it more than just a shelf. It is actually now a little diorama, and with the multi-level elements that we're putting in, and then the graveyard, just away from the main town. Our dining room is a Lego world. How cool is that? How amazing! How amazing is my wife, and how lucky am I to have ended up with her in my life. There we go. Anyway, I did say short, sharp, and sweet. I'm going to leave it there. My voice has held out. I'll see you guys next week when we will look at Ecto 1 in more detail, because that Lego set was mwah, and it deserves proper attention, and attention when it's not painful to talk, I think. Anyway, I'll see you guys probably on the live stream. Do check out on Twitch, link below. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.